You're watching the Highlight Zone, Friday night edition.
For most boys basketball teams, tonight is the final tune-up as teams gearing up for boys sectionals next week. But tonight, many games stalled out.
About half of the games on the schedule are scratched out. Some postponed until tomorrow. Some won't be made up.
But that was not the case out at Bishop Luers, where we got a conference championship to decide. The math is actually pretty simple. If Luers beats Northside, the Knights finish 7-1 in conference and win the SAC. If Luers loses, the Knights finish 6-2 and Concordia takes the title. To Luers we go, where it was senior night. Final game at Luers for Evan Blackman, the school's second all-time leading scorer, next to some guy named Thomas.
The Diesel.
You may have heard of him. All right, early on, Kenny Mullen. Luers actually started all 5 seniors. 11-zip lead right out of the gate. Good move by Mr. Blackman. How about Dwight Richards popping the 3, 26-7 after the first quarter. Mullen looking to another one of those veterans. It's Eric Sword popping the triple. And then you're going to see Evan Blackman. This is why he's got over 1,000 points to steal. And the nifty 2 right there, 45-34 Luers at the break. In the third quarter, Andy Bachman hooking up with the big guy, Antonio Wilson. But simply too much Luers, especially on their home floor. Kenny Mullen, Kevin Wilson's going to like him playing cornerback down at IU. Then James Blackman to Cameron Mack for the layup. And Luers wins its first ever basketball SAC title, 76-64.
I mean, it's special. This is a senior night. When the guys look side by side to their teammates and their seniors, we had 5 of them tonight. It was a real big motivator for those guys, because when you look at the end of your career, when you can walk out, accomplish some things that no one in the school did before, it's a great feeling when you walk out that door.
Going in, me and a couple other players would have had every title except for a football SAC title and a basketball SAC title. So we took that as motivation tonight and came out here and tried our hardest to get the win.
Luers faces Adams Central next Friday in sectionals. Northside plays Marion on Tuesday.
How about Concordia up north at Lakewood Park? Brock Talby, he went over 1,000 points last night at Southside. Lakewood honoring the 6'3" senior before tonight's game. And then the Panthers on offense early. It's Brooks Gerke hitting from downtown, gets the Panthers off to a good start, but back comes Concordia. Mr. Big Casey Edding, 2 of his 16 points. Then it's Mr. Talby doing some glass work, 2 of his 12 as Lakewood led early, but Concordia banging it inside. Adding to Zach Schran, he would have 12 points on the night. Then Michael Starks, he scored 15 here. He passes it off to Mark Rogers, the pseudo alley-oop. Concordia wins 56-45, but for Brock Talby, it's a special season.
It's pretty exciting to see all the hard work that you put in over 4 years pay off. Of course, I couldn't have done it without the amazing coaches I've been blessed with and the teammates. So it's definitely a credit to them. And then just seeing how much the work you put in the offseason and the season pays off it's a good feeling.
Concordia plays Angola next Wednesday in sectionals. Lakewood faces Bethany Christian Tuesday.
Brock going to play some soccer at Valpo. He's a great goalie at 6'3". Huntington North, the Vikes riding a 7-game winning streak. Norwell coming in ranked 16th in 3A. First quarter, Calvin Miller drops in the 3. Vikings up 9-6 after 1, and this was a low score and interesting to say the least. Kyle Bradburn drops in a 3. Huntington North up by 6. Then it's Bradburn again, a game high 14 for him. And then it's Matt Kramer, little brother of Chris, also wearing that number 3 jersey. Huntington North by 7 there in the second. Norwell's Kyle Philman would lead Norwell with 8 points. This was only a 17-12 game at half, and the final 34-29. Huntington North has now won 8 in a row.
Let's go to Paul Bateman Gymnasium. Columbia City and Garrett closing out their regular seasons. The Eagles ranked 18th in 3A, but we're starting off with the Railroaders. Brandon Porter stops and pops. He drains the 3, but Columbia City comes back. Tyler Mosher, the big man, banging down low, gets 2 for the Eagles. Then more from Columbia City. It's Drew Burnsworth. He's going to dial long distance as Columbia City wins the Battle of 205. 58-41 the final.
All right, Leo ranked 14th in 3A, but the Lions actually looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. They were hosting East Noble tonight. A.J. Dovey knows how to quarterback the offense here to T.J. Blair. He draws the foul. 34 points for Mr. Blair tonight. But Leo's Ryan Belair would score some, drops in the 3. He had 13, just a 2-point East Noble lead. But Nathan Brown to Nick Myers for the bucket. He had 15. East Noble up 1. Nathan Brown now inbounding the ball, but Luke Peppel steals it. He had 31 to pace the Lions. But Andrew Townsley missing the layup here, but Blair right there. He had 34 and 10 rebounds. And Leo falls again to East Noble this time, 82-69.
Let's head to Monroeville. The Braves of Blackhawk taking on ACAC upstarts Heritage on senior night for the Patriots. 3 seniors for Heritage. How about Seth Snyder, one of those seniors, 3 of his 11. Blackhawk counters. Connor Desmond's the bump in the bucket. He would have 9. Then Tim Howard, 2 of his 19 points for the Braves. But Patriots going a nice little run. It's Jared Melker. Strong move to the hoop. He had 17, but back comes the Braves. Landon Sittler, he had a game-high 21, but check out this pass. Woo! Will Kanapke to Joshua Terry for the nice up and under as Heritage gets the win, 69-61.
All right, as we already mentioned, a lot of games canceled or postponed tonight because of road conditions, but that didn't stop Bluffton from making the drive to Wabash County.
The Tigers traversing Northeast Indiana to take on Southwood, and that's where Rod Hissong was. Joins us with more.
Yeah, 33 miles between the two towns, by the way. For the 4th straight year, Bluffton won at least a share of the ACAC title, but Southwood has been known to score an upset or two. Last year, Southwood shocking Deshaun Thomas and Lures by beating the top-ranked Knights in regionals. These highlights brought to you by Barry White. Tonight, Southwood looking for its 10th win of the season. Chandler Oakey picking off the pass. He'll go the distance. Two-handed layup, made sure he would get it in. Bluffton would lead early. Cameron Gerber, it's a shot. No, it's a pass. Doesn't matter. Michael Vandercolt there to put it in. He would have 16 points. Then Keith Cochran off his own miss. When you're 6'10", you can kind of push your way around a little bit. Gerber now, he's going to drive into the basket, one of the better handling guards in the area. The Knights would squander a lead by double digits in the 4th quarter. They lose 61-57.
For next week. Let's go from the Wood to Turtletown, an underrated Busco team hosting Eastside. Busco's Hunter Nicodemus going all the way to the rack. He lays it up, and then you're going to see more from Busco. How about Josh Lefevre? Called his name a lot during the football season. Strong to the tin right there. Eastside countering with Josh Yoder. Get the ball inside to him, and he stops, turns, pops, hits. But not enough as Lefevre would come up with an and one here as Churubusco wins big at home. I'm telling you, they're tough, 77-41.
How about an interstate rivalry game at Woodland? The Warriors taking on Antwerp. Don't call them Antwerp. Shale Chamberlain inside for the Archers. Scoring, but Woodland comes back. Clint Romines, nice layup right there. More from Antwerp, though. Logan Lucas, nice baseline drive right there. Woodland, trying to hang in it. Zach Coleman from way downtown, but the Warriors struggling in this one. Alex Emmenheiser doing the same, hitting from 3, but this one all Antwerp, 54-31 the final. Over at Snyder, it was a bittersweet senior night for the Panthers. Marion wouldn't make the trip north, so the Panthers varsity scrimmaging the JV. All 8 seniors honored before the game as they would have been, including Nick Lewis. He was acknowledged for scoring his 1,000th point earlier this season.
I thank the people around me, my teammates. They help me fight through when I have bad games, and when I have good games, they feed me the ball. So I just want to thank the teammates I play with. Leave my mark at Snyder before I graduate. Being in record books at Snyder, that's pretty good and an honor.
And by the way, the varsity won by 10. Snyder gets Northrop in sectionals on Tuesday.
I would really hope for John Tudor's sake the varsity would win as we head into sectionals. Well, we've hit up every boys game, almost all the boys games on the schedule that haven't been postponed or canceled. Now it's time to look to the ladies.
3 local teams just one away from the state championship game. We'll hear from Canterbury, Lures, and Concordia. That's coming up when the Highlight Zone returns.
Stay